everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. So over the last month I've actually picked up a lot of horror movies, like films that I was kind of aware of, but I let them kind of pass me by. I didn't want to pay big money for them, so I waited for them to go on the cheap, and some of them ended up being quite decent. Some of them were incredibly poor, which tends to happen unfortunately with some horror movies. But before I get into them movies, I just wanted to do a little channel update. I'm going to be just doing something a little different with my channel. I just recently started getting into vinyl, so I'm going to be collecting a lot of soundtrack vinyl, and I might start showing them in some videos as well. I picked up the entire Halloween collection, well, the first 5 that is. It comes in this gorgeous box, this lovely cardboard box. It's a gorgeous edition, which I had to buy the box for separately. And I also picked up They Live, so I'm going to be showing them off in the next couple of weeks as well. So yeah, that is something that I'm going to be doing. I'm quite excited about collecting vinyl. It's been something I've been wanting to do now for a while. I bought all my equipment there last week, so yeah, I'm probably going to show a bit of that off over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, on to the horror haul. So I'm going to start with the one 4K movie that I got, the one horror film that I got in 4K this month, and it is The Boy 2 Brahms. Look, I'm just going to say it straight out the gate. This movie is poor. It's not a great... I haven't said that, like, I wasn't even a fan of the first one. I only remember bits and bobs from it. It's the first one, that is. I remember hating it. I thought it was a terrible horror movie. And this is not much better, if I'm being totally honest. Look, it's a run-of-the-mill horror movie. You've seen it 101 times before. Family moves out to the country. The one child finds the doll. He grows attached to the doll. The doll starts speaking to the child. Blah da 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 da. Yeah, so it's a poorly executed horror movie. On the plus side though, if you are a fan of this movie, this 4K transfer is absolutely stunning. You're going to love it if you are a fan of this movie. It's beautiful. It's so vibrant. The colours are so beautifully vibrant, especially at some of the daylight scenes. And then the blacks are just absolutely stunning as well. So it's a fantastic 4K transfer. I don't think you get an Atmos. No, you only get a DTS 5.1 audio on it as well. But if you are going to get this 4K release, I think you can only get it in Germany. You can get it in 2 ways. You can get it in the standard edition, or you can get it in this gorgeous digibook. Now the digibook is absolutely beautiful. It has this lovely leather feel to it, and it wasn't that dear. I think it was around €18 for it. So like I said, if you are a fan of this movie, it's probably the best way to buy it. So yeah, that's my first 4K movie, The Boy 2. Pity about the film itself. Right, up next we have got Wrong Turn. This is a good movie. This is a surprise. This is how you do remakes. There was 1 or 2 things I read about it. People were kind of saying that, you know, it just had that many genres in it, and I kind of understand what they're trying to say about that. When you actually do watch this movie, it feels like a wrong turn movie for the first maybe half hour, and then it kind of shifts and it kind of starts going into that whole kind of Midsummer thing, which is not a good thing for me because I hate that movie. But it did have that kind of Midsummer vibe to it. But then the movie shifts again for its third and final act, and I have to admit, this is a solid movie. I am really surprised by it. Fantastic cast. It has what you want from a movie like this. It has a great cast, great suspense, some great deaths in it as well. And it's a fun movie, and it's a great way to do a remake. It's not a carbon copy remake at all. It feels completely different. It feels very fresh. And yeah, I thought it was a great movie. So Wrong Turn, do check it out. Fantastic movie. Right, up next, a film called Wish Upon. This film, it's okay. It's not mind blowing. It's about a girl that her father gives her this kind of, it's like a music box. She finds out that she basically, the music box grants wishes. She's able to have 7 wishes. But unfortunately, every time she makes a wish, the music box requires a blood payment. So someone always dies after she makes a wish. Now, it's okay. It's not great. It's really stupid at times. some of the wishes, when she realizes that her wishes are coming true, the wishes she just makes, like, it's just a typical teenager. She just wishes for the dumbest shit. And then when she realizes that she's causing deaths, she still she still makes wishes, which is yeah, they make it seem like, you know, like the music box is like the ring from Lord of the Rings, that she's addicted to it. Yeah, I don't know why. It is what it is. It's an okay movie. It was an okay way to pass an hour and a half. Yoann stars in it. I think she's very adorable. Joey King, and she's a fantastic actress as well. She's in some great horror movies. But this one, yeah, look, if you can get it for cheap enough, it's like I said, it's a fun way to pass an hour and a half. So yeah, check it out. Up next, we have the ironically named Street Trash. Street Trash. Oh my god, I do not know what to say about this movie. I'll say right off the gate now that if you're a fan of like the Peter Jackson's kind of earlier movies, the likes of Bad Taste or Brain Dead, you might get a kick out of this movie. It's a comedy horror. It is the stupidest premise I've ever heard to a movie. It's basically, in a nutshell, an owner of a liquor store finds a case of liquor, basically, that's 60 years old, and there's a weird name on it. Just let me consult my phone for a second. There's a weird name on this, the drink itself, if I can just check it here. 1 second. It's called, where is it? It's called Tenafly Viper, the name of the lager, or the liquor, or whatever it is. And yeah, so it's 60 years old, and he decides to sell it to all the hobos. Oh, shit. Yeah, and that's it, in a nutshell. And basically what happens when you drink it, you basically melt. And they just melt in the most hilarious of ways. It's an absolute ridiculous movie. But look, it is what it is. This is limited to 371 out of 1,000, because I'm probably the only person out there that would buy this sheepish shite. There's probably only 1,000 of us out there that would buy it. Oh god, sorry, I don't mean to laugh so much. I just keep thinking about this movie. Look, it's a nice release from Midnight Classics, but that's about all I can say about it. So yeah, Street Trash. Check it out at your own peril. Up next we have got The Exorcist Tree. This is an Arrow video release. You know what? It was okay. It wasn't the best. I was told by my brother, he recommended me watching this. He said it had this kind of like creepy, kind of Conjuring feel to it. I didn't get that, if I'm being totally honest. It's okay. They ignore the events of part 2 in this one, and yeah. So, but the bulk of this movie is held in a hospital. That people have been killed off in this hospital in unexplained ways, and then you find out that the priest that basically died at the end of the first Exorcist, he's still alive and he's in one of the cells, and apparently he's causing it all. So I'm not going to get into too much detail with it. It's okay. There is 1 or 2 good scary kind of moments in it, but it just fell a little flat for me. I was expecting a bit more from it, but it has a bit of a cult following, this, and yeah, look. Like I said, it's another way to pass another hour and a half, and has a wonderful cast. Who was the show I was looking at? We were just talking about him the other day. Oh my god, I can't find his name. George C. Scott. And he was in The Changeling, which is a very good horror movie. And Brad Dourif puts in a good role in this movie as well. So it's not a bad film. Look, it is what it is. Right, so up next we have, this is another German release. And it is called The Possession of Hannah Grace. This film took me by surprise. Again, these were all kind of budget titles. I bought them for little or nothing. I thought this was going to be a heap of crap, but it was a fun movie. I actually enjoyed it. Hannah Grace in it, she is creepy as shit in this movie. So yeah, just the premise of it is basically, it starts off with they're doing an exorcism on Hannah Grace. It basically goes to pot. The father tries to kill her, or the father does kill her. Well, he thinks he does. But anyway, it jumps into the couple of months into the future, and then this woman is starting a new job in a morgue. and the body is brought in there, and the body, Hannah Grace's body is basically just torn to shit. It is, and basically you find out that every time she kills somebody, her body starts repairing. So yeah, it has that kind of feel to, if you've seen the autopsy of Jane Doe, it kind of has a similar feel to that movie. But it's a good movie. I was reading up about it, and people are saying that this is a Sony cash grab movie. Yeah, because they released it at a quiet time of the year, and apparently all they have to do is make 4 million to turn a profit. Well, they made 48 million. Oh, sorry, 48 million off this movie. So not quite sure why it was a cash grab, but there we go. Isn't every movie not a cash grab? I don't know. So yeah, no, it's a good movie, and do check it out. It's again, if you can get it on the cheap, it's definitely it's a fun movie. Right, up next. This is another German release. It's basically The Turning, and this movie is just god awful. My God, this is terrible. Now, I heard terrible things about it. I went, you know what, I'm going to give it a go, because sometimes I do hear movies out there that are apparently terrible, and I end up enjoying them, and vice versa. Films that are apparently supposed to be brilliant, I end up hating. But this movie is just shocking. I have seen this film so many times before, and they're always poor. If you've seen, what film was it? If you've seen the likes of Crimson Peak, or the film Winchester, if you've seen them, they're poor movies. They're not great movies. And it has the same kind of setting premise of this movie does, and it is just terribly executed. And it's a shame, because it does have a great cast in it. It has a fantastic cast. But, yeah, it's just wasted away. It's just a terrible attempt at a horror movie. And the ending of this movie, I'm not kidding you, folks, this might be the worst ending I have ever seen to a movie. I don't even want to talk about it too much. The actual picture quality on this Blu-ray is absolutely shit as well. The black levels are just complete. Like, this movie is dark. You want your black levels to be good. It's all over the place. 1 minute they're just ridiculously black, where there's absolutely no detail whatsoever, and then all of a sudden the blacks are all grey and shit. It looks awful. So surprised to say, we know exactly where this is heading. Fuck off! Yeah, so that's The Turning. Right, so last but not least, we have, the Urban Legends Trilogy box set. This is another nice addition from 88 Films, I have to admit. Nice solid box. The only thing, now, just bear with me for 1 second. The only nitpick I will say about 88 Films when they're doing these, I don't think they redo the transfers on these. I think they're the same releases as the Sony ones that came out earlier. But having said that, when you do watch Urban Legends and you watch the final cut, particularly the first one, it looks absolutely beautiful. Just everything you want from a kind of movie like that. But yeah, I'm a fan of Urban Legends. I have to admit, it kind of came out after, I think it was Scream came out, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, and then Urban Legends came out, and it was kind of just living in the shadow of both them movies. But it's a fun movie. I was watching the other day, someone showed me on Twitter or Instagram, Jared Leto. What an asshole. He just completely blanked this movie. He was being interviewed, and someone mentioned Urban Legends to him, and he literally just kind of went, yeah, I never made a movie called Urban Legends. He didn't want to have anything to do with this movie. And I was like, that just pisses me off, because look, it's because of this movie you're probably where you are today. It was your stepping stone. And Jesus, man, acknowledge our movies. It's ridiculous. But it's a great movie, Urban Legends. Fun. I love campus horror movies. When you see the likes of like Urban Legends, Scream 2, just a good movie. The second one is it's good as well. I actually do like the second one. Again, I like the premise of it and the set of it. It just looks the biz. It does. A bit more comedic with the second one, I have to admit, which I don't particularly like. I don't mind some comedy moments in my slasher movies, but there's just a bit too much in Urban Legends too. And then you got Urban Legends Bloody Mary. The weird thing about this box set, when anyone who is familiar with the 88 Films, they brought out the I Know What You Did Last Summer box set as well, and both the third films on each box set, the Blu-rays look terrible. And this one looks very poor as well. It just looks like there was nothing done to it, which is quite a shame. The film is okay. It actually was written by the fella that actually directed Trick or Treat. He wrote and directed Trick or Treat. What is his name? I think he's went on to do very big things. Michael Dougherty, that's his name. He's went on there to do big things. I think he might have directed a Godzilla movie. I think it was probably the worst one. It was the second one, The King of the Monsters. But he has gone on. It's amazing when you actually look at where you started with the likes of straight to DVD Bloody Mary title, and then you end up directing Godzilla in the future. You know, it's amazing. But it's a solid box set, nice hard solid box. The artwork is absolutely stunning. Oh, I love it. If you actually study that artwork and you take it around the whole box, it just basically references in there. There's always like a little reference to all three movies, which is quite nice. So yeah, Idiot Films, they've done a great job at this, and I hope they bring out more of these in the future. Keep up with the trilogies. They're quite nice, and it was nice to get this kind of complete as well. So that is it, folks. That is my horror haul for the last month or so. It's been, like I said, there's been some good releases, some very, very poor releases, and some hilariously poor releases. But like I said, some great movies in there as well. So that's it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of some of these movies, particularly Street Trash. I'm very curious to hear what people say about that out there. So that's it, and I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. So take care, folks, out there. Stay safe. Bye bye.